sing.
This is the reason I'm doing this press room.
This is the reason I'm here in this press room.
Excellent. So anyone water? I've got one inside. Down on my feet for some reason.
Fantastic panel, by the way. It was really good. Yeah. Are you guys having fun so far?
Yeah.
Being the first con and everything.
It is mine, for sure.
Is it?
Yeah.
Rain is kind of an odd choice to bring to Comic-Con. I mean, I'm glad you guys are here, but what do you think about bringing Rain to the geeks?
To the what?
To the geeks.
I think it's an odd choice because it feels like a good fit to me.
Does it?
Because it's a big show. It has genre elements.
Yeah.
It's,
There's cosplay potential, dressing up as the characters.
Yeah. It has a Renaissance, obviously, element, playfulness that way. We are sort of playing with different forces and fears.
There's a lot of superstition, a lot of horror to it.
Speaking of, can we talk about, because I know we had the darkness in season 1. So moving into season 2, you kind of teased new monsters and new horrors. Can you give us any kind of indication about what everyone's going to face beside the plague?
I think it's a haunting season.
I saw that quote and I was like, oh,
but it's
amazing.
true. It really is. I think that it's a group of people, and I don't just mean the people at court. I mean the people in the surrounding regions too. They're haunted by survivor's guilt, and they're haunted by sins they committed. There's a great superstition at the time that people, that you need to treat people well in life, and you also need to treat them well in death, and that there's a door between the living and the dead, and that it needs to stay shut. And there's a belief that maybe too many dead were kind of ushered through, and people who died unjustly maybe don't want to go through. So, you'll see various iterations of that, and it's all going to be rooted in character. And it's all rooted in guilt and shame.
Guilt and shame.
How
Oldies but goodies.
Not sure how much Catherine has to feel with guilt and shame.
I think she does, and we've sort of played a little bit already with that. I think that certain people know more things about her than she's comfortable with them knowing. And I think that there are things that haunt her.
I feel like part of the reason she'll do what she needs to do to protect her children is she's a devout Catholic, and while being open-minded and bringing culture and everything else to France, I think that she thinks she's going to go to hell. I do, and
That's very ominous. By the way, your character's going to hell.
I don't think she's going to hell, but I believe that she believes.
Well, she would believe in hell.
Yeah.
Oh, she would believe in that.
Yeah.
So with Henry's death, and now Catherine moving forward, and she's got to deal and kind of butt heads with Mary now a lot more, and she's always been good at being the subtle manipulator and the subtle killer, like with poison.
With the occasional
and stuff.
slaughter.
Yeah, every so often. Is she going to have to become a little bit more crude with what she does, a little bit more open, or will she still find ways to manipulate under the table kind of thing?
I think probably she's very sophisticated, I think, Catherine. So I think that she would take great offense to the word crude. I don't think she's crude at all. I think she can be ruthless at times, and that is the appropriate action she feels needs to be taken. But she's not, but she's very savvy. She just is. She gets a little impatient because I think she feels she's ahead of people, and often is.
Yes.
So it's frustrating because
I feel like that's a character trait that Catherine and Mary share. Is they just know they're right. They just know it, and they usually are.
Did you have a favorite scene or moment or episode from season 1? Because every single one I watched, it just looked like such a delicious role for you, and I got excited seeing you play that type of a role. Having grown up seeing you, and I'm from Toronto. I started watching you on film reels in classrooms as a kid.
wow.
So yeah. So was there one thing from season 1 that really stood out for you that was a favorite?
There was a couple of scenes. I was just thinking about the scene with Henry and I where I finally take my hair down, and he sort of confesses that he kind of had loved me, but my head's on the chopping block, and just their incredibly complex relationship.
That was a fun one where you went from planning your own beheading
to
going to bed with him and then
in bed.
Realizing he wasn't going to do anything about your beheading.
Yes, and working that. So that was fun. And also I love some of my scenes with Nostradamus as well.
One with Diane, me through Diana.
Oh, I love that. That's true. When I finally had something on her and I could get her out of my home, that was a great scene. I love that scene. And there was nothing she could do about it. And that was so many years coming for Catherine. So that was a great scene.
Laurie, can I ask a question? Is that all right? I know that it seems a little bit insignificant with a lot of other things at play, like the plague and such, but I sort of thought we'd see Clarissa again before the end of the season. Are we going to see her, what she's sort of been up to while the sickly siege is taking hold?
We might.
Can I say something about that? Because it's interesting, because we're talking about haunting and that is something that haunts Catherine.
Yeah.
Clarissa haunts Catherine,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And so if we talk about however that expression of Clarissa comes back, that is a sin of Catherine's in her mind that she's is not settled with. And so I think that's
She was born of sin, and then she was mistreated when you finally realized who she was. Yeah. When I leave a door open in a story, it's so that we can go there later potentially. But I haven't decided, if or yet or when. We'll see that. Do you want to see her or you don't want to see her?
I do want to see her again. Yeah. I mean, I think she's an interesting character. Yeah, so I think it's great what you've done with the first season, and I look forward to what you bring to the second season. Yeah.
I like to hear what people actually think.
Yeah.
I'm curious. People have very strong opinions about that character.
Yeah.
Lady Baghead, as we call her.
Thank you so much. It was lovely meeting you both.
Thank you so